The Road Break family, how's every single one of you? Welcome to another episode of our show. This is Juanso, and it's time to talk about WWE Elimination Chamber 2023 review, analysis, recap, everything that happened from Montreal, Canada. A great show. Probably the first match that we're going to talk about wasn't the greatest, but outside of that, everything else was absolutely great. It's a great setup for WrestleMania. This is like the pay-per-view in between the Royal Rumble and the grandest stage of them all. So this was really good, and like I said, WWE is stepping out of like the United States, doing something that is like attracting even more fans. Going to Canada, a place that like has a lot of like great wrestlers: Bret Hart, Chris Jericho, Edge, that was featured on the show. So we're gonna be analyzing everything. Thank you for being with me one more time. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and help us out commenting. Let us know what you guys like about the show and dislike about the show. Are you guys excited about WrestleMania? So let's dig into it. The first match that we had was like the six women elimination chamber match for the number one contender for Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. We got to see Asuka Skana, now the new character, new persona, new personality from Asuka, Liv Morgan, Nikki Cross, Natalia, Carmella, Raquel Rodriguez. It was a pretty decent match for what it is. The women, the concept of like the elimination chamber is different, is demonic structure, unforgivable, like careers are never the same. You step out as one person, you step in different, so like all of those things play a factor here. All the girls came out smiling, so it's more like a showing. It's not like neither one of them. Probably Asuka is the one that like it stays more in character or knows what she has to do or she's about to like do. So that's what we saw over there. And now the ruling for that is like, of course, two women will start the match, and that was Natalia and Liv Morgan, and the other four will wait on the pots. Then we got to see Nikki Cross, of course, Carmella. They had like all of them had respectable showings. Probably the worst elimination chamber match that we saw in 2019, and I was happened to be with Jean Paul Egg on that one on Philadelphia. 3 days after the pandemic became, or the COVID thing became worldwide in the world, and especially in the United States. But this one was at least decent, I will say, because it lacked a lot of like intensity and violence. Because again, the elimination chamber is supposed to give us that. It didn't too much here, but we saw a good spots when this comes like Raquel Rodriguez like breaking the pot with Nikki Cross. We got to see Liv Morgan having a decent showing, being eliminated by both Asuka and Natalia with the Asuka lock and the sharpshooter respectively. And this is something that is interesting because two people needed to do that to eliminate Liv Morgan. So they actually have Liv Morgan like is being seen better in like the aspect of the WWE ratio or like the rankings. But in the end, we got to see Asuka and Carmella being the last two. Asuka applied the Asuka lock, and then she becomes the number one contender. But it's going to be Bianca Belair. Do I think this is the right decision for them? This is absolutely amazing because out of all the women in the locker room, these two can give us like the better match. And Asuka in the new character or persona that she has as Kana, this is absolutely great. Let's talk about the next match that we saw. This is just another sequel for what is going to be the big blow up match. The end is going to be for Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar, because WrestleMania is going to be where like both guys are going to end this feud. And we saw a lot of the same stuff. We saw, of course, like F5s, Rear suplexes, Lashley with the spear, going for the hurt lock. But in the end, Brock Lesnar gets more like the upper hand when it comes to like getting Bobby Lashley's skin, getting him pissed off. So the rivalry continues because he goes for a low blow, and that's how like the match he's disqualified. Bobby Lashley gets the win. He's still winning in like all this sequel of matches that they had, but Brock Lesnar went ballistic about it, so he goes and he just like do the F5 onto the referee and also onto like Bobby Lashley and also on the outside. So that's how they ended this feud, but this is going to continue for going to be WrestleMania. So let's talk about now the next match, and this is Edge and Beth Phoenix going against Rhea Ripley and Finn Balor from the Judgment Day. This was great because all the Canada crowd, all the fans, like the atmosphere was amazing. They were chanting Edge's like Metalingus from Alder Bridge, like his theme song, and great match, great showing from the Glam Zone, doing the Glam Slam onto like Rhea Ripley. Finn Balor and Edge, this rivalry still continues. We got to see Edge just doing a suicide dive. That was great. And in the end, we got to see the Shatter Machine, Edge and Beth Phoenix, pay tribute to FTR. Maybe that's also an indication that they might be going to the WWE as the revival. They might come back. So great showing by both of them, and also by the four of them. The rivalry with Dominic continues. So this is absolutely fantastic. I liked it, and in the end, Hall of Famers get the win. We'll see what they do in WrestleMania. Edge still has one more year in their contract, so this is cool to see. People that are like part timers in their hometowns. I like this, and the match was good because Rhea Ripley was not get pinned. She needs to be stronger. She needs to be built for it's going to be their her match with Charlotte and also with for the SmackDown Women's Championship. So this was absolutely fantastic. Like I said, let's go to the next match, and in this one we got to see the men's six elimination chamber for the United States Championship. This one we got to see a great showing from Montez Ford, Johnny Gargano, Bronson Reed. Seth Rollins will get like his match stated for what is going to be his rivalry at WrestleMania. Damian Priest had a great showing also, like eliminating Johnny Gargano. I like this because it was a lot of intensity and violence, and that's the concept of the Elimination Chamber. At least I understand the Elimination Chamber as that. So in the end, we got to see the last two, Seth Rollins and Austin Theory. He got eliminated Montez Ford. Like I said, this is going to be a good stepping stone for Montez Ford in his singles career. But in the end, Logan Paul ended up interrupting Seth Rollins, and that's how like Austin Theory is able to cash in, hit his finisher, and he's able to eliminate Seth Rollins, and Austin Theory retains his championship. So we know what Seth Rollins is going to be doing at WrestleMania with Logan Paul. Austin Theory might be going against John Cena, so we'll see what happens. Finally, let's talk about the main event, and that was like for the WWE Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. This is what the crowd showed up for. This is, the whole Canadian nation has been rooting for Sami Zayn against Roman Reigns. A lot of fuck you Roman like chants. This was just great. The atmosphere, the energy, the whole environment of how everybody just embraced Sami Zayn as one of their own. Of course, they were trying to support him. They were trying to just help him out somehow to be able to dethrone Roman Reigns, to end those 902 days as champion. So the match was just really good. We got to see the spots that like every match that will have this dramatic outcome will give us. We got to see all this, like it was like a good story told. It was just great because we got to see Sami Zayn with a lot of opportunities to win the match. We got to see the Haluva kick, the Blue Thunder Bomb. Sami Zayn that started as the big underdog. Why? Because he started from the bottom. Roman Reigns dominating. Of course, he's more powerful. He's taller than Sami Zayn, but he just came back from. He was trying to come back. He was trying to get some intensity, some momentum. He trying to get that opportunity to beat him. So Sami Zayn gave us a good match, and of course, like the pictures of the wife by in the first row, just supporting, help him out. That was also great. Roman Reigns also playing with the crowd. Is like, I came for this, and you guys just have chance for this guy. That was also like added more elements, more factors of drama, more elements for the story to be told. So this was just great. And Sami Zayn will be great to be added to the match at WrestleMania, but they're not going to do that because they've done that before with like Chris Benoit and Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 2004, and also they did the same thing with Roman Reigns, Edge, and Daniel Bryan. So probably they want just keep Cody Rhodes and Roman just for this WrestleMania on its own. But this was just a great opportunity for Sami Zayn, probably his best match and also his like best opportunity was so far in WWE. Like I said, the crowd was just so into it. Even the announcers team, the energy in the whole building was just amazing for Edge's match. I enjoyed that a lot. And, this is a great story. And, we got to see Roman Reigns, like I said, just dominating. But then, of course, we get to see the same thing that like every single time during his feuds, during his matches, we've seen this before so many times. The introduction of Jey Uso, we got to see, although he play a different factor this time. Jimmy, we got in this picture like the rev was taken out. Of course, he delivers the Haluva kick, and he gets an opportunity to win. So when they give us these things, the match is actually is really good. It makes sense. So that's how, like again, right there, Jimmy attacking Sami Zayn. Jey will make his appearance. Roman Reigns is like, okay, help me out, take care of him. Just take him out. And Jimmy doesn't want to do that. So the story, the cracks are still there for the bloodline. Sami Zayn ends up missing the spear and ends up like hitting Jey. That allows Roman to take the advantage. A lot of chair shots, spear, Superman punch, 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns retains. The whole crowd in Canada, fuck you, Roman, upset. They didn't like the outcome, but we knew that the title was not going to change hands. So that's something that, again, it wasn't surprising, but the way that they told the story was really good. So that for me, I think that that's enough because like the story was good, the match was great. Sami Zayn didn't look bad. He actually had a lot of opportunities. So it tells you that like if he would have had a better chance, he probably would have been the WWE champion. If maybe Cody Rhodes hadn't won the Royal Rumble, then probably they would have gone with Sami Zayn. So it was the perfect opportunity for him to take out Roman Reigns. But then he was trying to go for more punishment for Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens, another Canadian. So they did this. Triple H told the story really good. The creative part was really great. Another Canadian. Another pop for the crowd. If you are not excited yet, if you're not done with excitement, and boom, Kevin Owens comes out, ended up taking out Jimmy Uso, ended up like, oh, a stunner for Roman Reigns, a stunner for Paul Heyman, because of course he has to defend the tribal chief. So all of that, and then another like pop-up powerbomb for like Jimmy Uso. So this was really, really good, like I said. And in the end, we got to see another haluva kick, and with the friendship with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens is still, I think they're trying to rekindle that. They're trying to say, hey, you know what, we've been foes before, but in the end, we're still best friends. We love each other, and that's why the reason that Sami turned into Roman Reigns, because he understood who his real friend, or like who his buddy, his like brother was really in Kevin Owens. So this was really good, and that's how we end. That's the best picture that I can give you to you guys, because that's how we're gonna end, this show. Thank you so very much for being with us. Great review, like I said, and also like a great pay-per-view. I'm excited for WrestleMania. The WWE product has grown a lot. It doesn't have the gaps anymore. It's not uninteresting. So this is what we need to see in WWE. Maybe the sale of like the company will be for the best. We'll see. And there's a lot of offers from the UFC. There's a lot of reports that nothing is really confirmed, set in stone. The only thing I can confirm for you guys is like the thank you for being with me, for enjoying this as much as I did. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. A lot of say hi to everybody that watches. John Paul Lake, he'll be back for another review. We have next week for Impact, where it's going to be No Surrender. So we're going to like go all another side. We're going to go outside of the WWE world, and we're going to talk about even New Japan and what is going to be Impact for No Surrender. This is Juanso. Family, thank you to every single one of you, and we'll see each other pretty soon. And I can say just